Hello, Libra. Welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor, and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. Today is October 28th, 2025, and this is a reading that is activated when you see it. Okay. I want to start adding the date in just so you know when it's recorded. Right? Like I always want to kind of like, was this recorded like in the summer or was it in the winter? What has happened like in the collective? All of that stuff influences readings, doesn't it? So I'm going to attempt to be adding in the address for you. Or address, I'm sorry, the time. The address for the energy. There you go. So anyways, let's get started here. We have the Universe card, and this is from the Hermetic Tarot deck. It goes off of the similar system of the Thoth system, which is, of course, the deck that I usually use. This one is beautiful. I really love this deck. I don't use it a lot on camera because it is highly detailed images, but they're monotone, obviously, black and white and gray. So they don't pop as much, but they are really some of my favorite cards, really. So that Universe card would also be like the World card. Okay, so we are coming into an energy that really is about the big picture, right? The whole thing, the whole deal. This is not only existential, this is metaphysical, this is cosmology, that is origin stories, right? Or creation stories. And all of the histories of our lives, of the collective, and, really, if I said to you, think of your entire life, right? Your entire life, your existence, everything around you, everything that is there but unseen and seen but not there, and, all the things. Each of us would maybe have a different visual or similar, but, specific to us. That's what's beautiful about this Universe card is that, it is an energy of totality, but it is also one that is quite nuanced, right? Depending on your own experience. So let's go ahead. We're going to turn this thing and get moving on the reading. I want to see what the tea leaves are going to say. And if you're hearing any noises, I apologize. I'm upstairs. I usually film in the studio downstairs. And today I am in my room. But the household is still going full force. So you might hear my daughter playing or my husband or somebody like that. Somebody out there. Okay. So also I want to say thank you for being here with me. If you want to like, subscribe, or leave a comment, I would love to hear from you. I just made a post asking about people's Halloween costumes. I am all about this time of year. Now, I'm not like the biggest Halloween fan, I like it. I'm not going to say I'm against it at all. I dress in weird stuff all the time, and I dress up often for ritual and stuff, so it's not like as exciting for me. I'm just going to be real, but I love all the holidays that surround it, and I do love Halloween. So I am nosy, and I want to know, what are you dressing up as? What has influenced you? What are you inspired to? What would you do? Maybe you don't dress up, or you just don't feel like it, and you have these ideas, what you would do, share them. Let me know. The other part is if you have a prayer request, you want to put it in the comments, that's absolutely fine. If you don't feel comfortable doing that, again, my email is ulaishere@gmail.com if you want to send those. Okay, now we're going to begin. We have you, Y-O-U. Okay, and this has a heart for the U part down there. Where's my thing? That's my pen. right there. Somebody asked me like a few weeks ago, and I feel like I never answered them, and I feel bad about that, but they asked me about my stick, and I don't know if they were being silly or if whatever, asking about like where I got it and if it, your special stick. It's a chopstick. I don't know. I can't tell when people are being like sarcastic or whatever. And when they do the like laugh face with the tears, I always assume somebody's being rude. I don't know why. I guess I just am like, okay, well, I think you're being sarcastic, but I'm not sure. But yeah, maybe you weren't being sarcastic, whoever you are, if you're listening. But it is a chopstick, literally. So anyhow. Okay, just 1 second. Okay, hopefully that wasn't a hard cut. I had to stop because there was a noise. There was a repetitive noise. I had to stop it. Okay, here we go. So we have the U. Now, we also have I'm trying to see down here. It looks like we have a G. And I'm going to look at this as, well, actually 29, 2-9. But I can't help but feel like it's Gia, G. Wait, where did the G go? How was I seeing a G before? I can't see. It's so weird. Sometimes you'll see something and then you look at it a different way. You can't see it anymore. Oh, G. G-I-R-L, kind of, girl. Or Gia, maybe. G-I-A. But also 29. 29 seems really important as well. Okay, so we have you with the heart. We also have the 29 or Gia or girl. I don't know which one it is. Whatever maybe applies. We also have a person here. Here's their head, the body, and then there's a feather right there. Now this also looks like, I would say, a wolf with the long snout like that, and the ears up here. Here's the head and the front leg, and kind of like in a repose kind of position, laying down. So I feel that you've had, Libra, somebody in your life that feels like they are somewhat predatory. They are maybe kind of what people love to call everybody a narcissist these days, but they might have some qualities like that, maybe very selfish, self-involved, don't care like what they have to do to get what they want. This kind of energy. They are a wolf through and through. Here's the deal though. I don't think they hide it. I think this is a person that you'd like meet them and you'd be like, all right, that dude should be a salesperson. You know what I mean? That dude should be a lawyer, because there's just that energy. And also that thing that some people have where it's like, you don't care if somebody is annoyed with you. You don't care if you are, disturbing them at 8:00 and doing a cold call on the phone, which, by the way, I don't love those calls, but I also understand we all need jobs. Sometimes you end up working at a call center. You know what I'm saying? I definitely have. And so, I feel like there's just something about them where they don't feel any type of way about overstepping boundaries, getting more involved than they should, maybe being too familiar. But they have not necessarily done anything that warrants like you getting super upset yet. But I think that there's maybe been a situation or something going on where there's like a rising anxiety around this person. You are fully aware that something is up with them. Okay. We also have that person with the feather there. So I do feel like you have elders, ancestors, guardian angel, whoever it is, watching over you. Absolutely. They are with you. They are making sure that, like, when you are about to just do something, that you pause even just for a second so that you can consider. Okay. And that's what that feather is. I feel like this is somebody who maybe you did not know them in waking life. Maybe they had passed away, transcended before you were born even, but you have always known them. They've always been with you. I wonder if when you were a kid, your parents would like catch you talking to somebody and it was just kind of like, oh, you have an imaginary friend. And, you know, you don't have the language for what you are experiencing. And you might barely even remember it, but I don't think that this is necessarily like, it wasn't a imaginary friend. This is a spirit that you probably would see. You are definitely communing with them, and they've always been there protecting you. Okay. So I do feel like that you with the heart, and the Y looks like a key too, by the way. This feels to me like you are wrapped in love. You are protected. You are being watched over. And I feel like you know this, okay? So I do think this has to do with this wolf person coming up, because I feel like the person that watches over you, and it is a masculine energy, by the way, really does not like this person, okay? I think that they've put a lot of things in the way to keep them away from you, including something about a tire. Like a tire going flat or being stolen off a bike or something, but some situation where a tire interfered with you being with this person or around them, or they were coming over or whatever it was. Okay. So we have two people right here. We have this person, and it looks like they're holding the heart. Here's the head and the body and the foot. Now we have another person. Oh, no. Well, kind of a house. And the door and the walk and a tree, and it's blowing around. We have another house over here. You can see driveway or something. Now we also have, it looks like a lake. There's a fish. Now over here we have a mermaid. Okay, so this holding, it looks like maybe like a dagger or some kind of knife. So I almost feel like there is a situation here, and we have, look, two people by this house over here, and it looks like they're talking. So I almost kind of feel like there is almost like a merging of households possibly, or maybe the separation of households. I'm wondering if it's somebody that you have been maybe considering moving in with. Maybe you're dating, maybe you're engaged, maybe this is a roommate, a friend, a family member. I feel like you absolutely have like a resistance to this. It just feels like an innate like instinct. I don't think this is a good idea. It might feel like this is your only option. It might be your only option. I really feel like you just have to be so careful, because I think you are somebody who is showing up with your heart on your sleeve. You're just open, you're vulnerable, you're, ready to kind of see where this heads towards. And this person over here is a siren. they have this mermaid energy. Now, they are very interesting, very intelligent, really good at finding maybe like obscure information, or like they're really good at researching, or they're very, very creative, have an amazing mind for creativity and writing and painting and making videos or whatever it is. And you love that about them. You speak with them in a language that you've never spoken with anybody else. When you talk, it feels like it goes so deep. You connect like you've never connected. Here's the deal. This person is an energy vampire. This person is somebody who is looking for another identity to kind of, I guess, take in, right? To integrate into themselves. I feel like this is somebody who you would consider maybe like a serial monogamist, or they're going from one relationship to another. And every time they're with somebody new, they become that person. They dress like them, they talk like them, they're into the same things. And so they have, over the years, begun to really craft this like composite personality. Now, you might be thinking like, whoa, that's like super crazy, weird. Listen, we all do it. We all do it. If that means we're taking from our significant other, if we are seeing things we like in our friends, our people on the street, people you met at school, work, whatever, we are all composite beings. Now, some people are just way more like, I don't even know. Maybe they don't realize how apparent it is. Maybe they don't care. Maybe that is their love language, to kind of merge into the person. But I feel like for you, because I feel like you're just coming from a place of love, of wanting to be connected, to have a sustained and happy, a life that is abundant and enjoyable, and all of these things. This person, though, I feel like they're so drawn to you because you are such a magical being. You are so creative. You are so a bright light that people are drawn to. But there's a darkness here. And I feel like you just have to be careful. I'm not going to tell you what to do, because listen, for me, I would be like all in. I like the ones I know are going to hurt me, I guess. I don't know. I like the ones that are hard to understand or to get. I like people who are difficult. I don't know how else to say it, but sometimes when somebody shows us who they are, and they might even just be saying it straight up, we have this thing in our minds where we want to be like, oh, you're just being hard on yourself. Oh, you're just, that's not how it is. You don't really do that, or, whatever. And it's like, yo, they really do. And they're telling you straight up. We don't want to hear it because we have this idealized version of this person, probably because we're in love. There's hormones, there's, the dopamine, the serotonins, all the stuff. Oxytocin, is that yeah. And you just see what you see. You feel what you feel. You don't want to hear what they're telling you. And they're just telling you. People will tell you almost always who they are. You have to listen, though. So just be careful, because I do feel like there's a sense of wanting to merge households, and I feel like people around you are very resistant about this. Here's the other deal. I feel like you have some kind of resources that they want. If it's money, emotional, physical, just to have a companion. whatever it is, they are after it. So be careful. Protect yourself, okay? Let's see. This one looks like it says jail. 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 And then down here we have, it looks like a circus. Oops, I'm not there. Jail. And then down here it looks like a circus. This one looks like with the flag on top of the tent. But here's the other deal, is that it looks like it says X or S-E-X. And this up here says bye. B-Y-E. Okay, so we're gonna ask the oracle cards. I have to ask the oracle cards. I'm gonna put this up here, so maybe I can move this here and this here so we can see it. But I also want to use the oracle cards. So we're going to ask, what is this thing about somebody with jail, maybe like a real strong attraction, and a circus, okay? I want to see. I have an idea of what's going on here. Okay, so you have great empathy. You're really good at forgiving. You're really good at overlooking. Acquisition. Discrimination. Okay. So I feel like you're dealing with somebody who, to some degree, has been victimized, othered, shunned, whatever. There's been discrimination, okay? Now, I feel like to some degree, and I'm not saying that everybody or anybody is really like this, but sometimes when we get into our victimhood, we can dwell in that archetype of self when it is convenient. Now, it's hard to say that out loud because I don't want to say anybody's using their victimhood to get ahead or manipulate or whatever. But I will be the first one to tell you that, especially when I was young, I used the heck out of being a victim. Now, not of the more serious things that happened to me when I was a child, which were terrible. That was physical SA abuse. Okay, if you know what that means. I never used that. I'm just going to be clear. And I've talked about that before on my channel, about things that happened when I was a kid. And so I just want to clarify if you have heard my story at all. Here is where I have used it, and I did when I was a teenager for sure. My parents passed away when I was 11 and 12 years old. So I was orphaned. Like, I'm a straight up orphan, you guys, which I always think is funny, kind of. I don't know why, but I am an orphan, although I was privileged enough not to go into the system. I would use it 100% if I had to. If I got in trouble, if I got caught doing something, cutting school, whatever it was, I would really lay it on thick, okay? Now, I've gotten older, of course, and I try not to even talk about a lot of that stuff too much, but in a way that I will tell you, I will show you my wounds, right? And it helps me connect with people sometimes, absolutely. Now, using it as like a reason to, whatever, get out of something, not so much. But it seems that you've had somebody in your life who, they have had some discrimination, but I really feel like they use it to get what they want. And that's the acquisition. Now, I do think that you have a lot of empathy, okay? And I know that you see this behavior, but I think you overlook it. I'm just going to be honest. Now, we do have romance. So this is a romance relationship here, okay? I feel that there is always great excitement with them. You feel like you are starting a new life. There is love. There is, I can't wait to see what things are going to be like in a year from now. You're making plans. And I'm looking at this as I'm saying this, and it looks like it says RUN, run. Okay? Just saying. Now, I think, well, you're looking for fulfillment. We all are, right? But I do feel like this is a person that is very defensive. If you challenge them at all, they get defensive. Like they are shutting down. They're going on the attack. Resourcefulness, which isn't a bad thing, but I do. This is a person who is maybe kind of scammy, maybe kind of, just kind of slimy, has a bad vibe. People in your life are telling you they don't like this person. They can tell they're like, they use people. They're not authentic. They're trying to control you. These kinds of things. This is what you're hearing. Okay. Now, I want to see what is going on with the jail thing. What are they in jail or what's happening with that? You have the originality, friendship, protection, companionship, friendship, companionship. I do. I feel like it's like, I can't get past the wall of like, you really just want to be coupled so badly. And I don't mean with just anybody, probably this person. But it's like you're drunk on it. You're like enchanted here. Protection, enterprise. I feel like they're like really, it's like they want you to start a business with them or, they want to get involved with you probably fairly quickly in a way that has to do with your money or how you're making your money. I feel that immediately this is maybe the place where the indecision starts to happen, where you're like, wait, whoa, hang on a second. Like we barely know each other. We are just like getting back together or, whatever it is. Like it's not to that point yet where you would be doing like, yeah, let's start a business together or, whatever. So you do make an indecision. Now we have decision. The decision has to be made. What is it going to be? Devotion. To what though? To what? To whom? Criticism. Okay. Submission. Okay. All right. I'm not going to keep going down this road because I think that, yeah, you're going to go forward with it. Which, listen, I'm not going to judge. I understand it 100%. My husband aside, and shout out to my husband over at Dove and Serpent Tarot, I have usually not been the greatest at picking partners. And if any of you are listening, which I know at least one or two of you are probably lingering around because, well, I've seen indications of so, and I see you. I want you to know I see you. I feel you. But yeah, I mean, I just haven't always picked the people that were going to be best for me. Obviously not, because we're not together, right? So I cannot sit on some high horse and say, what are you doing, Libra? Like, come on. Lenor, what are you doing? No, I'm kidding. I'm pretty lucky right now. I have a pretty amazing thing going. But yeah, it absolutely I don't like this person for you, and I'm sorry that like everybody's been on you about it, and now here I am. I'm gonna pick a tarot card even from another one. I want to see like so we have the earth mamas. Yeah, I mean I get it, but it's a lot of promises, I feel like, is the thing. The Wheel of Fortune. Okay. So I feel that they really bring a lot of like, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to buy this house, we're going to build it up, we're going to, whatever it is, have a goat farm. I don't know. I'm trying to think of things that you would woo one of us older ladies or gentlemen with, I feel like there's really the Earth Mother energy, but I don't think this is actually their energy at all, actually. I think this is the put on for you because this is what you respond to. You respond to somebody who is very grounded, who is very whole, who is motherly, but also, firm and good at building things up and maintaining them. Okay. Here we have the Wheel of Fortune. So it is kind of this, we're going to have to wait and see, let the thing spin, right? Yeah, Nine of Swords. Okay, so I just feel like this is a person that has such a vile energy and it's not super deep down. I think part of the attraction for you is that they are just kind of a mean, cynical person. I feel like they never have anything nice to say about anybody but you. And that might feel good, right? It might feel good to have a partner that's like, yeah, baby, you're the only person that's smart enough to know what they're doing, or you're the only person that whatever, this or that, everybody else sucks. It might feel good to hear that, but the reality is somebody like that is just, they have like a mean eye for the world, an evil eye for the world. Now we can be analytical, discerning, notice things about people, even judgmental at times. But when that is all there is with somebody and you are the one little light in their life and you're the only thing that they like, ooh, baby, you better be careful because they have that eye right on you. Everything else is bleak but you. Guess what? They're going to follow you like you are their son. You will never, ever, if you ever want room, are you kidding me? Because now you are regulating your life and your emotions and your, well-being, but also somebody else's because they rely on you to be whatever perfect image they have of you. And if you deviate from that, they are destabilized and probably angry, jealous, whatever. That is dangerous. That is a dangerous person to build a life with. And I'm just going to say that. Again, I've been on both sides here. I have been the person that was obsessed. I have been the person that has been, had people, and I'm sorry if you're watching. I've been the person that people have been obsessed with. And I'm not saying that like I'm not bragging. I don't want anybody to ever see me again, right? Like, I don't want anybody to notice me. You just got to be careful. Please, I love you like I'm your mother, like I'm your sister, like I'm your best friend. TT's even agreeing with me. She says, oh, baby, do not let this person, and here's the other thing. If I find out that you are posting bail for this person or you are putting money on the books for them, you are going to be in trouble. I'm kidding. You're not going to be in trouble. I love you. Just be discerning. Not everybody in jail is a bad person. Or prison, That I'm not saying either, but what I am saying is this person does not feel like a good person. Whatever that means. Good person. Whatever good person means. So we do have a lot of anxiety. Okay. And this makes sense to me. I feel like if this is a romantic thing, if this is a friendship, if this is like, it could even be that this is like your sibling that like always is doing the same cycle of stuff, and everybody's telling you, don't get involved, don't keep letting them back in, stop giving them money, you know it's gonna happen, and you still keep going into that dynamic because you don't, you're not, I don't want to leave my sibling out there, like, with no help. But it's hard. It's hard to know what to do. 100%, I don't care if you're dealing with somebody who has an addiction or not. Look into Al-Anon literature. It is a 12-step program like NA or A, but it is for the family of addicts, of people who either are in addiction or have been in addiction. Doesn't matter what kind. But the literature helps no matter what. I mean, I think everybody should be learning some of this stuff. It does, maybe not all the 12-step stuff, but I think it's very helpful. Okay. And I'm not advocating for the institutes at all, but Al-Anon you can look up the literature for free. It is helpful for standing up for yourself, basically, and discontinuing playing the role of an enabler. Okay. So I feel that you have a lot of, guilt around this, anxiety, but here's the deal. Not all is lost. Okay. You are seeing things, and obviously you're looking, you're out here trying to get answers. Okay, I apologize. We have probably 2 rough cuts in this reading. My camera died. So anyways, we are at the part where we're talking about you're feeling guilty, right? But you are seeing things for what they are, and you're starting to realize, like, I am going to have to stand up for myself here, right? Or I'm going to have to choose another way. And I think that you know what you're in for if you go forward with things, and how much it's going to hurt if things end. And so, I don't hate anything, but I do not like when I do like super relationship involved readings. I'm sorry it went that way, but I think it's important for sure. Now I want to mention before the bowl is fully changed, we had a wishbone right in here. So yeah, things are kind of hard. You're having to make some big decisions, okay? But here's the deal. You also have a lot of luck right now. You are in a place where you can really be manifesting. And so make use of that, right? As you are making decisions to change your life and maybe leave some things behind, the universe is providing for you to move forward, okay? Now we're going to do our lucky numbers real quick. Okay, we have number 9. Oh, no. 10. I said 9. It was 10. 10. We have number 10. All right. We have, what is it? 8? It is 8. Or I should say also it could be 26. 26. Okay. All right. We have a 3 and a 4, and we have 34 or 7. Okay. I swear I can add simple numbers. I can't do much more than that. I'm not going to lie to you. I need to relearn math. I have to go back through and spend some time with it. I'm going on, I don't know, about 3 months of being super into all things quantum. And obviously, with a very weak mathematical background, it doesn't really compute, does it? So, yes, I do. I need to start really on that path for myself. Absolutely. I keep putting it off, and I know. Need to get into it. All right. Well, Libra, thank you for being here through this kind of treacherous reading. It was not an easy one, definitely not on the technical side, but I really appreciate you. I love you. If you want to like, subscribe, or leave a comment, I would love to hear from you. Take care of yourself, and good night.